Hello! In this episode on writing sectional harmony, a basic arranging technique, I'll present examples that combine several 5-part voicing approaches, such as the extended 4-part technique, settings with chords and fourths, and extended and altered dominant chords in 5 parts. The audio examples in this video tutorial are companion material going with my book Arranging by Examples, the practical guide to jazz and pop orchestra arranging, available in the webshop. The examples of a combination of various 5-part sectional harmony approaches are based on a 2-measure phrase with a given lead part and basic harmony. In the lead, we see a number of non-chordal notes that require harmonization. The basic harmony consists of a major chord followed by 2 dominant 7th chords. Our task is to come up with a 5-part sectional harmony setting, and we'll use a combination of techniques from the previous episodes. The dominant 7th chords at the end of the phrase are set as extended 4-part voicings, with the lead doubled at the lower octave. The C major chord is voiced as 5-part chords and fourths, a technique presented in episode 2 from this series. Chordal functions and the perfect fourth intervals between adjacent parts are shown in the score. The non-chordal B in part 1 is set as a leading tone chord, approaching the target pitch in 5-part exact parallel voicing from a semitone below. Listen to the full section. Next, we inspect the individual parts and the interval content in the combination of outer parts. In the next voicing, we will also use 5-part settings of the dominant 7th chords. But first, we deal with the pair of non-chordal notes at the start. As an alternative, this time they are harmonized with a secondary dominant chord, here with the dominant equivalent B diminished 7th chord. We used the extended 4-part technique, again doubling the lead at the lower octave. All other chords are 5-part, using the earlier chords and fourths for the C major, and completing the phrase with a 5-part setting of the extended and altered dominant 7th chords. I've marked the chordal functions and the 2 perfect fourth intervals between neighboring parts, creating a more or less homogeneous setting that stresses the fourths. Let's listen to the full section. And again, I'll play the individual modified parts. For the last example voicing, I'll modify the lead part in order to demonstrate the setting with perfect fourth intervals in the upper parts. Note the modified and transposed pitches at the end of the phrase. This time we'll see 5-part voicing throughout, starting with the familiar chords and fourths approach to the C major chord. The modified voicing of the altered and extended dominant chords yields the pair of perfect fourth intervals in the upper parts. And we return to the leading tone chord, the exact parallel chord with the ascending approach B major to C major. Now we first play the individual parts. and conclude with the full 5-piece horn section playing. These examples are discussed in detail in the 5-part sectional harmony chapter in my arranging book. Order the book from the web store and receive your copy within 24 hours. You'll find the link in the description below. If you find these video tutorials valuable, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Feel free to share these videos and create links. Visit the website for making a PayPal donation in support of my efforts, for discovering other content and for purchasing books from the webshop. Thanks for watching.